I, 27 male, think my fiancé, 27 female, might be cheating. Throwaway because friends and family know my real account. Me and my fiancée, Sandra, have been together for 5 years, engaged for 8 months. Things were going great up until a couple of months ago. My suspicion of Sandra started back in June. I noticed she has become more distant and cold towards me. We talked about it and she says her job is stressing her out. Fair enough. The suspicions began to arise again a month later. I started to notice she would go to work really early and come home late. She tried to brush it off by saying she's working harder towards a promotion, but for some reason I don't believe her. A couple of days ago, I obtained her phone records and it shows that she's texted a certain number hundreds of times during July. I talked to my older brother about this. Pretty much the same thing happened to him with his wife 3 years ago. Leaving for work early, plus coming home late. A ridiculous amount of text messages to one number. Turns out his wife was cheating on him and they got a divorce. By the end of the convo, I was in tears. I didn't want to believe it, but there is a good chance Sandra is cheating on me. I don't know what to do at this point. I have no concrete proof that Sandra is cheating on me, only suspicion. How should I approach this? Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. Thanks. I'd consider extracting the text messages from her phone, but if you are really at the point where you can't trust her to answer your questions about this honestly, then it is already over. Sadly, you're probably right. Call the number to find out who, then ask her about them. You should be able to tell from her reaction and you can go from there. This is a great idea. For some reason, it never crossed my mind. I'd have to approach it carefully though. Update. I think my fiancé might be cheating. First off, I wanted to thank everybody who commented on my original post. Most of you guys wanted me to call the number Sandra was constantly texting, and I honestly was about to. She came home an hour after I had posted the original post. I was almost asleep by then, and I guess she thought I was asleep. She took out her phone and unlocked it. I saw her password. Eventually she fell asleep, and I unlocked her phone and searched the messages on her phone. The number belonged to some guy named Jeff, and the text messages were extremely romantic. I screenshotted a ton of them and sent them to myself. At this point, I was done with her. I confirmed that she was cheating on me, so I decided to snoop some more and look through her photos. There were a couple of photos of her kissing and cuddling with some guy, who I assume is the same guy she's been cheating on me with. Of course, I also sent those photos to myself, but what threw me over the edge was a romance video of her. I almost lost it and woke her up to confront her, but I calmed down. Of course, I also sent the video to myself. At this point, I went for a walk for nearly 2 hours. Mind you, this is the middle of the night, and the area I walked through isn't the safest of areas. Still, I didn't care. I was so angry. Eventually, I calmed down enough and went back to our place. I slept for maybe 3 hours and woke up. I printed off some of the texts and photos and waited for her to get up. She finally got up at about 6 a.m. When she finished eating breakfast, I slammed the text messages on the table. She looked at me with horror. She started crying and shaking. I took the engagement ring from our dresser and walked out. I came back for a couple hours later and she wasn't there. I called my landlord and told him we wouldn't be renewing our lease. I told her I was moving out and to never contact me again. I packed all my poop and moved in with a friend. So yeah, that's it. She was cheating on me and I'm done with her. She's been blowing up my phone begging for a second chance, but she's not getting one. Too long, didn't read. Sandra is a cheating witch. She can go duck herself. Sell that engagement ring and take a vacation down south. You deserve it, man. Yeah, I'll pawn the ring. Can't get it back for the price I bought it, but I should get a chunk of money back. Coming from having broken off an engagement myself because my SO was cheating, don't pawn the ring. Most places only offered a few $100 for it even though I paid over $5,000. Try selling it on Craigslist or something like that. You'll still lose money, but not as much. Best of luck. I know how bad this type of situation blows. I'm sorry that this happened, but you are doing the right thing. No second chances for this bull poop. Yeah, it's one thing to have a one-night stand, but a continuous affair? That poop is unforgivable. Silver lining of this is that you figured this out now, and not after you're married with a couple of kids with her. Now, you can just try to focus on getting over her and moving on. You never have to have any contact with her again. Good luck. Hell yeah, going through a divorce is bad enough. With kids? Jesus, that's a nightmare. I watched my older bro go through one and it broke him. He eventually recovered, but it took a while. Save that evidence if you feel you need to, but put it in a folder somewhere you don't have to look at it all the time. You don't need to carry that weight in your pocket every day. Sorry this happened to you. Some will point out how this is a good thing in the end. They're right, of course, but that won't help you in this moment. Take care of yourself.